one of your products or services makes you the most money? Not sure? Well, it's time to find out. At some point, you're probably going to need to retire an underperforming service or product. But you can't know when that time is or which one to eliminate unless you know exactly how much profit each of your offers is bringing in. And how do you find that information? Say it with me, bookkeeping. When you've got up-to-date information on your income, expenses, and profit, you can see exactly how well each one of your offers is doing. And that makes it easy to see when an offer just isn't working anymore. So today, I'm going to walk you through 2 ways to analyze how your offers are doing. Each method gives you the critical information that you need when it's time to determine if a product or service just isn't performing well. So pull your latest P&L and maybe review my recent video on how to read it, and let's get started. I have a client, we'll call her Sadie. You know the drill. Sadie's my 4-year-old, so I use her name as a cover-up. Sadie had all of her sales lumped into one sales line item on her profit and loss. Pretty neat. Then when she hired me, of course, I wanted to break down all of those sales into her different revenue streams. So now we could clearly see what was just brand design, what was brand plus web, what was brand plus web plus collateral, what was a half-day VIP day, and a full-day VIP day. So when we sat down on our first call, we were walking through her financials together. She had a light bulb switch on that she didn't even realize that brand plus web plus collateral design wasn't making her as much money as she thought that it was. And this was a turning point for her because she was really finding that her clients were struggling in knowing what they needed for collateral design. So while she was putting a lot of marketing into this specific package, brand plus web plus collateral, she realized that she was just giving the collateral and that she was really struggling with providing something just because it's in the package, even when her clients didn't even really know what she needed. All of this just felt really unaligned and soul-sucking, in her words. She then decided to stop putting as much marketing as she was into that specific package, and then really started honing in on talking about her brand only and her brand plus web. Then, if anyone actually needed collateral design and they knew what they needed, they could book her for a half-day rate. I call that a win-win. Your P&L really can show you which offers are making you the most money. And when it comes down to analyzing this, there's 2 ways to look at it: percentage of revenue and profit. The percentage of revenue is really exactly what it sounds like. You have your breakdown of your different offers and what is the percentage of each of those offers to the total revenue. The actual calculation is the offer itself divided by total revenue. And then the percentage for each one of your offers should add up to be 100%. As a side note, this only works if you have your revenue streams broken out by offer. Then take the time to analyze these numbers. Which are the highest and which are the lowest? Does any of that surprise you? Then for the highest ones, decide what you can do to make them even better. Optimize the client experience, highlight them on your website, increase your marketing efforts, whatever you can do to make sure that that offer continues doing the best that it can. And then evaluate the low performing offers. How much time do they actually take you? Are you finding joy in doing those offers? And what are your future business goals? Do you think that this piece of your business is going to be around in the next 3 to 5 years? Then you know that you can drop those low income offers unless there's a compelling reason to keep them. For example, if the offer is new and it just hasn't had enough time to settle, you might want to give it a couple more months. Or if that offer represents a significant shift that you want to make in your business, again, keep it around for a couple months or a year and then reevaluate at that time. And then there's a profit method. Remember, profit equals revenue minus expenses. In this case, we're really just going to be looking at the cost of goods sold expenses because they're directly related to the revenue coming in. Operating expenses or overhead expenses are there all the time and you got to pay them whether you have revenue or not. So then next we want to calculate the gross profit margin. Overall, a good gross profit margin to aim for is somewhere between 60 to 75%. But again, it does not factor in overhead expenses. So the first thing that you need to know is gross profit. That is revenue. Take just revenue by one offer that you have, minus the expenses that are directly related to that offer. For example, you might have a package that is brand plus web plus copywriting, and then you outsource the web plus copywriting to a designer and a copywriter. So we have our revenue up top, the designer and copywriter right here, and your gross profit margin is what's left over. Excuse me, your gross profit is what's left over. Words are hard. Then when you have that bottom line of what's left over, your gross profit, divide that by your total revenue. That's your gross profit margin. Again, a good gross profit margin to shoot for is 60 to 75%. You can even do this on a project by project basis. So what a client paid you, what you paid to outsource something, or all of the expenses related to that specific project, and then what was left over. Then take what was left over and divide it by the total revenue that your client paid you. Then again, check to see if that's somewhere between 60 to 75%. All right, to wrap this all up, if your books are up to date, it can really show you which offers that you can potentially drop or which ones to really focus on. You want to look at the amount of revenue that each offer brings in and compare it against the time that you spend doing it, the enjoyment that you have doing it, and your cost of goods sold, or the expenses that are directly related to it. Drop the offers that aren't making you very much money, or you don't enjoy them, or they take too much time, or there's a really high cost in contract. And also highlight or focus on the ones that are making you more money. How can you talk about them more because they are clearly working really well with your audience? As always, running your business well comes right back to bookkeeping. If you don't want to manage a spreadsheet or learn an accounting software, my team and I are here to help. We'll keep your books updated and provide you with monthly reports that show you all of this information that we talked about today. Revenue broken out by stream and all of your cost of goods sold expenses. This will all help you make the right decisions in your business. Thanks for watching. See you next time.